This year, in India alone, over 10 states have reported the devastating effects of flood repeatedly. Between June and the start of September, reports of flooding in states across the country have frequented the news. And with reports of potential flooding from heavy rains in the future, the need of the hour is to call upon a better flood management system in India. But don't we already have such a system in India? What do these systems actually look like, and what could be done to make them work better? Let's try and find out. In 2010, the National Disaster Management Authority published a comprehensive report on management of urban flooding. The guidelines laid down plans for an effective warning system and designs for an urban drainage systems, amongst other adjacent schemes. It also outlined the characteristics of flooding in an urban setting, where due to developed catchments, the peak, volume and speed of the floodwater increase. With the more densely populated settlements, the destruction to infrastructure and the loss of life is more pronounced. And with the urban population expected to reach 500 million by 2021, there is an urgent need for a better planning. What else did the report propose? The NDMA proposed a hydrometeorological network which would install more than 200 new hydrological stations in areas especially located near river banks. The system would collect data on water runoff, precipitation, water quality and quantity and other such factors. The report also outlined schemes for stormwater drainage systems, early flood warning systems, designs for urban drainage and catchments, forecasting and warnings, and guidelines for national and state implementation. In 2016, after the Chennai floods, the NDMA released a 10-point plan, which included recommendations such as an appointment of a cell in each city for urban flood disaster management and for monitoring data periodically. Now the big question is, despite the attempts at micromanaging floods and damage control, how many of these proposals have been actually imbibed by the states? Well, the issue is that India relies on multiple agencies, such as disaster management authorities and meteorological departments, to monitor data and issue flood warnings, which eliminates the efficiency of a single system of management. It has been known that coordination and collaboration amongst agencies in India has been lax, and the absence of an integrated flood disaster management body can be felt in the recent disasters. Even on a regional level, flood-prone states have either poorly implemented schemes on flood control or have had new plans on the back burner for years now. After the devastating floods in 2018, Kerala's State Disaster Management Authority released a handbook in 2019 with new and effective systems. The handbook laid down roles for each department in a collated report. More specifically, roles and responsibilities of monsoon preparedness and emergency response of 29 official departments, central agencies and district management authorities and state emergency operations centers or SEOC. It also delegated duties to other departments such as tourism, which was asked to enforce restrictions on visitors if an area received heavy rainfall for more than 2 days. A hotline and an app Q-Copy were to be set up for better warning broadcasts. Further, the Kerala Dam Safety Authority was instructed to conduct frequent inspections. Speedboats were ordered for quicker rescues and the PWD was asked to check the soundness of bridges before the onset of the monsoon season. On the other hand, West Bengal's government released a disaster management plan in 2016. The report stated that it would improve the communication between the state's EOC and the EOCs of other states as well as national agencies. Statements of protection and mitigation were made, with long-term goals such as better communication for warnings, the elimination of flooding from populated areas, and policies such as the Town Planning Act, which would instate flood protection requirements. The plan also divided responsibilities amongst its state agencies. However, in 2017, the management of flooding was criticized as the Ghatal Master Plan was never implemented. The centre approved it but did not allocate funds, as a result of which the village faced heavy destruction in 2017. With both states serving as good examples, recognizing the changing environment and their flood-prone locations, there is always scope for better management. There are two channels of improvement. First, looking at innovations and projects that may have been successfully implemented in other countries, and 2. Revisiting the state's own backlog of schemes and updating existing ones. Researchers at MIT over the course of 2 years have come up with a potential solution to urban stormwater flooding: multifunctional wetlands and ponds. Because urbanization replaces natural drainage systems, the team has proposed guidelines for a cluster of islands that are adaptable to the scale and size of the city. While the report analyzed its implementation in Los Angeles and Houston, it has reportedly been designed to suit both wet and dry climates. The plan is yet to be built anywhere, but the ecologically and recreationally beneficial plan may have potential. The team has released a detailed outline for its design and implementation. Further, researchers from Ecological Institute looked at case studies in Europe to collect evidence on the potential success of sustainable urban drainage systems, or SUDS. This system involves looking for nature-based solutions to combine with traditional drainage systems. SUDS have been implemented in the United Kingdom, Spain, and the Netherlands. Although these plans need to be adapted for a specific region, they can serve as good ideas for sustainability in India. It would be remiss not to mention advancements being made or to be explored in India. In September, Google expanded its AI flood forecasting initiative to India and Bangladesh. Further, the Water Resources Department began to look at foreign initiatives such as China's Pond City, which involves designs for soaking up rainwater and harvesting it, as well as the Dutch Room for River, which would provide more room for rivers project. The two projects have been included in the Rebuild Kerala initiative. Additionally, Kerala initiated a project that rebuilds homes with flood resistance capabilities after making a loan agreement with the World Bank. Now, before we implement these plans, there seems to be a lot more that could be done with the unfinished current plans. The foreseeable future holds flood warnings for multiple parts of the country, and now is the time to add a better flood management system to it. What do you think about the flood management systems in India, and how well have they been performing? Let us know your thoughts in the comment box down below. You can follow us on our social media handles and our website for more such stories. The links are in the description. Stay safe. See you next time.